Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for another 90-day Fiance review. Let's go ahead and get into it. So Natalie and Mike, we're going to start off with them. So y'all know Mike just got to the Ukraine. I think that's where Natalie is from. So they're there. Natalie tells Mike that she wants to have a baby. She's ready. She's 35 years old. It's time, okay? He wants her to get to America first. He doesn't want to have to do this long distance thing if she gets pregnant before they get the visa situation situated. And she doesn't understand why it matters what the situation is. It's like, look, sis, nobody told you to wait until 35 to have a baby. Calm down, okay? I understand that your clock is ticking. I do get that. But at the end of the day, you just got with this man. Y'all have been together for a little while. I almost feel like you're not even over your ex all the way yet. But, you know, like, well, what is there to have conversation about? Just have sex with him without a condom. Poke a hole in it. Like, what are we doing here? If you want to get pregnant by the man, it's your vagina. How is he going to stop you from getting pregnant if you really want to get pregnant? Okay? All you got to do is poke a hole real quick and real fast. He wouldn't even know it. I'm not saying that that's something you should do. You should definitely get somebody to agree to have a child with you before you decide to have one with them. But I feel like she's just really pushing and rushing this. And at this point, it almost seems like, are you with Mike because you really like Mike? Or are you with Mike just because you want somebody to have a baby with? So Mike goes to meet with Natalie's friend, and there's conversation about religion, and she's very religious. He is not. He believes in aliens. He thinks that whatever people saw all those hundreds and thousands of years ago that made them think there was a God, they were actually aliens in just higher forms of intelligence. So now the homegirl and Natalie are both looking at him like he crazy. I don't know what's going on. All I know is y'all are not equally yoked. She seems to come from money. You don't. She wants this baby right now. You don't. You're in debt. She's not. This just, you don't believe in God. She does. What y'all gonna do when the baby get here? It just seems like a lot of things that y'all have not discussed, talked about over these past 2 years, and y'all act like that just means the relationship is just gonna work itself out when y'all haven't talked about these things. I don't understand. What else is there to do in a long distance relationship besides talk? And y'all haven't talked about what y'all gonna do when if she does have a baby and you believe in aliens and she believes in Jesus? And then y'all think that she's gonna be able to turn him into a Christian? Y'all, I said, oh, just add even more layers on top of this shit show. Go ahead. So they go to the park and they work out. And y'all, Natalie is extremely annoying. She's trying to tell him how to run. Like, on your toes. Run on your toes. Do it like me. Do it. Try it. Like, oh my God. And she knew she was being a bitch to him. And he was really trying to be cool about it. So they had went to dinner with one of her close friends. And while they were discussing this family situation and having children, she brought up the ex. And she wanted to know how Natalie was feeling about that. The ex and her were married. She said he was a good partner, but he kept pushing off having children until she just decided to leave him. And the best way to get over him was to get with a new man, and here comes Mike. So it's almost like Mike is the rebound guy that you're trying to force this life that you meant to have with your ex-husband with him. And he brought it up when they were running. He's like, so the conversation about your ex, because she kind of got emotional. He thought she was over it. That was 2 years ago. And she's sitting here getting emotional with her friends. So now he wants to ask her about it, and she feels like he's not somebody that she should talk about that with. That was in the past. It had nothing to do with him, so they shouldn't talk about it. I was like, what? I don't understand why people don't want to talk about previous relationships when they get with somebody new. I feel like I want to know. I want to know what your past was like. I want to know what your past relationships were like. What are we talking about if we're not talking about our lives before we came to each other? Like, I don't understand people who feel like they don't need to share. You definitely need to share. There definitely needs to be an understanding of a person's dating history before you have a child with them. So just the fact that you want to hurry up and have a baby with somebody that you can't even have a conversation about your ex with makes me feel like maybe she's not in this for the right reasons. And he's so caught up in having someone so bubbly and beautiful that he's almost kind of getting tricked into having a baby with somebody who he doesn't really know all that much. Like the way she kind of bit his head off about it, I was like, oh, this look like a side of her that you ain't really seen yet, huh? But yeah, she just wanted to run. So that's all they could really talk about. She didn't want to talk about the ex. Really shut Mike down. And I feel like if there's an area of your life that you can't communicate with me, that's the problem. That's the issue. Let's get to Anna and Marcel. Okay, the world's dumbest couple. I'm sorry, but I mean, Anna, I hate to talk about you like that, love, because you seem like such a sweet, nice person. But it is completely ridiculous of you to be in a relationship with someone who you cannot communicate with on a basic level. And now you're surprised and you didn't think it would be like this. How, Sway? You couldn't understand them before. How do you think that y'all are gonna get around each other? That it's gonna be any easier? It's gonna be harder because now y'all are not constantly communicating via phone. Y'all are in each other's faces, and this man is actually doing this on purpose. He says that he just says yes and no to things because he doesn't really want to talk about them with her. He doesn't want to make a decision. He just wants to kind of string her along as he can. She wants to have a conversation about what they're going to do with their relationship. But he's bothered about the kids. The kids called him stupid. So he's upset about that. He wants to talk about that. She wants to talk about the relationship. He just laughs at her when she says she doesn't know whether she wants to marry him or not. I'm like, why are you laughing about that? This is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And it's not getting any better. She's only getting more stressed out about being with him. But she still decides to go and get a wedding dress with her friend. And you're sitting there choosing a wedding dress that you know he's probably not gonna like. He is Muslim, so he wanted her to be covered up, but she still goes and buys a wedding dress that is, off the shoulder. It's a I hate, not a tube top, but just off the shoulder. There's no shoulders, just the I forgot what they call it because I always want to say tube top, but y'all know what I mean. Strapless. It's a strapless wedding gown. And obviously he's probably going to have a problem with that, but you're still going to wear whatever wedding dress you want. Then you stand there in the wedding dress and cry because you think you may be making the wrong decision. And when your friend asks you if you feel like you're making the wrong decision, then you sit up there and lie to yourself and say, oh no, he's the one, he's the one. How is he the one? Y'all are not even communicating. Y'all are not even having late night conversations about stupid shit, laughing, enjoying each other's company. That is not what y'all are doing. He is ignoring your pleas for clarity by not speaking to you because he knows that y'all don't understand each other. He's using that. And I think that you're letting him because you know he understands that damn app. And he sit up there and act like you don't understand what the app just asked him. I'm over it. And I think Marcel needs to go back home, okay? Go back to beautiful Antalya and find you somebody to be with there. Because trying to be with this woman with her children, asking her to hide them, not being clear on what you want, not learning each other's languages, it's just exhausting and I don't see how it will work. And I don't understand why she's going to spend money on a wedding dress that she's probably never going to wear. Robert and Annie. Y'all, we got a little less of Robert and Annie this episode, thank God, okay? So Robert and Annie are still fighting about these Facebook pictures, but they go to the gym to get some steam off and box, but also to try to use the trainer as a marriage counselor, which he told us he is not. But he does speak Spanish. So Annie is having a conversation with this man that Robert does not understand. And Annie says, I like hitting things, it made me feel better because, all we do is fight, anger. So it's like, ugh. Like, girl, I almost be wondering what is she on sometimes. Because I swear to God, there's a slowness that's happening. Like, oh, Puffy, where you at? Then they tell the instructor all their business about how they got to wait the 90 days. And then about the pictures and how he should erase them. And he says, I'm not erasing no pictures. And she says, well, I ain't no more marry you. I ain't no marry you then. You don't erase because, like he be with people in the past. Like, I'm his future. Why you have pictures from people in the past? And he keeps spinning this story about what if my kids want to see pictures of me in them and their mom. And he's even open to deleting the pictures of just him and his exes, but the pictures that have his kids in them, he doesn't want to delete those pictures. I personally feel like this is childish and stupid. And it's not a big deal, bitch. He's with you. If you're in his Facebook, obviously you're the woman in his life. He doesn't need to delete pictures from 10 years ago in order to show the new bitch he's with. It shows up, okay? You put it on your status, and now you're in a relationship with Annie from DR. Like, it's right there. So I just kind of feel like your Facebook is basically a digital flip book of your life. And him throwing away the pictures doesn't change that he shared his body and his space and children with all of these other women. And if you have a problem with that, then you need to send your ass back home and find you a man that doesn't have all of these issues. But she knew what it was before she got there, and she still came. Okay? So everybody keeps acting like Robert tricked her. He did not. I think that they were both trying to con each other. Okay? I think she looking for the green card, and I think he's looking for a concubine to take care of his son, because he is obviously over his head. Damn child ain't got no bed yet. Talking about he not ready. Boy, what's wrong with you? Even the trainer realizes that Andy is a lot. Even in sitting up there talking between the two of them, obviously they're going to have some issues, but Andy is a lot to deal with, period. So because of what happened with Stephanie, you know, the Bryce's grandmother, because she got all in their business, Robert goes to have a conversation with her to see if they can rectify the situation. Because at the end of the day, the grandparents are still going to be in Bryson's life. He needs somebody to watch that little boy that can handle him, okay? So they sit down and they talk. He asked why Stephanie was asking Annie about birth control. She was overstepping her boundaries. Stephanie feels like that is my grandchild. She came out of nowhere. I feel like I have a right to know what her intentions with you are and what her intentions with this family are when I don't know her. She came out of nowhere. Y'all don't need to know if they plan on having children. That's actually none of y'all business. What y'all should be worrying about is the safety and keeping of that child. And as long as she is taking good care of that child, as long as he is that child's father, that is his responsibility to make sure that that woman is taking care of that child properly. But at the same time, I do understand where Stephanie is coming from. You look like a man that sees a woman he wants, and then that's all that matters. You ignore all of the red flags. You ignore all of the negative things because you want it to be what you want it to be. So I do understand where Stephanie and her husband are coming from with their questions, with their concerns. But at the end of the day, whoever Robert decides to be with, it is in actuality kind of none of y'all damn business. Okay? So yes, I do get it. But at the same time, they did too much. But Annie is an asshole, and I don't think she made it easy on Stephanie. And Stephanie can't feel bad because Annie's an asshole. Like, how am I supposed to feel bad when she's an asshole taking care of my kid? Robert insists that she's good with him. She's good with Bryson. She gets him ready for school every day. And she does seem to be unbothered by the little boy hanging around her neck, you know, like she's a tree and he's a monkey. You know, I'm black. Like, which y'all, there's no other visual I could think of besides how monkeys hang on trees and shit. The way that little boy was hanging on this girl's head, okay? But, yeah, either way, maybe Annie isn't that bad because of the way she treats Bryson, you know, but I still don't like her. I still don't like Robert's ponytail. There are a lot of things I don't like. They actually ask if she's just a mail order bride that he's gotten to take care of Bryson. And is this really about love? Robert says that he absolutely loves Annie. She would not be in his life if he didn't. And Stephanie wants to be there for the wedding, so they need to make amends. He says he's going to leave it up to Annie. I said, Annie ain't going to want them people at her wedding. Annie is not going to want the people at her wedding. So y'all, Juliana and Michael, oh goodness gracious. Okay, so uncomfortable to watch, isn't it? They take a ride in his old school, sports car so that they can go and buy some furniture for the new house. The thing that made me mad is that they get into this expensive store and they're looking at furniture and she likes a sectional and the sectional is $14,000. And now all of a sudden, oh, that's too much. I don't want to buy this expensive ass sofa. Maybe we can think of a better way to spend the money. I do understand not wanting to spend $14,000 on a sofa, Michael. My problem is you took her to this store. You took her to this store. Maybe y'all should have went to another store. Maybe y'all should have went to Restoration Hardware. Maybe y'all should have went to Rooms to Go. Who knows? But if you wanted her to pick out cheaper furniture, don't bring her to an expensive furniture store. Like, I didn't understand that. So they go and get coffee after. And it's quite awkward and uncomfortable because this whole credit card situation is kind of hanging over their heads. He's still upset with her for charging that car on the credit card. She said the credit card had gotten declined before, so she didn't think it would work. And I also feel like, and Michael feels like, Juliana did not know if she was actually going to get her visa to come to America. So she charged his car for that car because she felt like, oh, at least my sister can use it to make money. And her sister is using that car as a taxi cab to make money for their family. At the end of the day, a lot of these people come from very poor families and they're still trying to make it so that they can help their family. So she hurry up and charged that car so that she would at least have something, whether it went through or not. And now her sister has a car to use to make money. So I do understand why Juliana made that choice. I also feel like Michael has the money and needs to stop bitching about it. Every 5 minutes you throwing in her face that she's a concubine that you paying for, but as soon as you got to pay for some shit, you upset about it. Michael, stop it. You want to be a sugar daddy? This is the role, okay? Don't sit up there and be uncomfortable with the role you decided to play in this girl's life. If you want a woman that's not going to want you just for your money, go back to your damn wife. Child, he worked on my nerves because I was like, what you took her to that store for? Also, you can make her feel bad about it all over again. Like, go repossess the car then. Get the credit cards back. But you still decided to bring her here so that she can be even more dependent upon you financially. And you throw your money around when you want to, turn her on and be cute and all of that. And, you make her a rich American girl and all of that. You love throwing that shit in her face. So don't act like this isn't what you wanted or what you made her comfortable to do. Okay, talking about he learned from his mistake when he gave her the credit card. That girl was just trying to make sure she had something out of this situation, whether she got that visa or not. That's what Juliana was doing. I'm not exactly all that upset at her for doing it, especially since I feel like Michael is flawed in some way, shape, or form. Even though I feel like Michael seems like a good guy, the fact that you want this child as your woman, I feel like you kind of get what you get in this situation, okay? Don't choose somebody that's with you because you're a rich old white man, okay? Get back with your white wife who was with you when you didn't have no money. So then later on, he takes Juliana and the kids to go to the new house that he purchased. Huge, big old house. It's so nice. Everybody's excited. But the kids felt like, everything's happened kind of fast, But he needed to get a house. Like, I don't know why you in that little bitty apartment. Why not get a house? At least if it didn't even have to be no huge house like he went and bought. You could have got you a little 3-bedroom house so that you and Juliana could have y'all space and each kid could have their own space. And then, if y'all have a kid, then y'all just move one kid in the bedroom with the other. Work it out. Okay? But either way, they didn't have to be extravagant, but Michael will be extravagant because Michael is extravagant, but then acts as if it's Juliana with the expensive taste, I'm sure. Sasha and Emily. Y'all, Sasha and Emily are turning out to be exactly what we thought they would be. She has had this baby. She's been in Russia. I think that's where they are, right? The Ukraine, Russia, whatever. But the old Soviet Union, which is Russia, right? Okay. So she's been there for 6 months with her baby. He did not get the papers done when he was supposed to, so she had to be there longer than she was supposed to. She's ready to go back to America, so they're in the process of waiting for visas for everybody. And she's upset with him because he didn't get them when he was supposed to, proving he's irresponsible. Then she also has an issue with the fact that he doesn't help her with the baby a lot. He spends maximum of 5 hours with the baby throughout the week because he works so much, and then when he is home, he's on his phone and just kind of not really paying attention or engaging with the baby, which upsets her and causes them to argue. He doesn't seem to understand the problem, even though this is something he's gone through with his previous wives, because all he wants to do is create children so that the women can take care of them and he can just say he has a child somewhere. Like, it's almost like, oh, I only feel good when I'm impregnating women with children that I'm not going to actually take care of. I love my kids. I just don't actually take care of them. Isn't that fun? Well, Emily, I can't feel too bad for you, sis, because the writing was on the damn wall like a Destiny's Child album, and you still decided to think that you were going to be different than the other 2 women he's done this to? Okay. Jasmine and Blake. Y'all, I hate Jasmine's face. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, it looks like it don't move. It's just hard. Ugh. So they're still staying at this hotel. I think it's the day after. She's still kind of jet lagged, but she's going downstairs to the pool to meet with his friends. She doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to engage. She's tired. Then he orders drinks. She doesn't want him to drink because she doesn't drink. She doesn't want to taste liquor on his mouth when she kisses him. So she doesn't want to put poison in her body. I said, but you'll stick it in your face because your face isn't moving. So whatever they put in your face, trust and believe that's considered poison. Isn't Botox just like snake poison or something like that? Snake venom that they turn into whatever they turn it into at the end of the day? Like that is probably like actual poison that you're putting in your face. But oh God, no, I'm not going to put poison in my body and drink fermented fruit or whatever they've made the vodka out of wherever y'all are. I just was kind of like, oh, she's so full of shit. And then I feel like she has this attitude that if I don't want to talk to you, then I won't talk to you. If I don't want to engage, then I just don't engage. I don't care that I'm, making you feel like shit. Like she didn't want to spend the night with the man. She wanted to sleep. Then she leaves to get together with his friends because she's not feeling well. She just wants to go back up to her room to go to sleep. And then she didn't want him to come with her. So he's feeling some type of way. They go to dinner that night. He tries to talk to her about it. And she's like, I don't like to talk while I eat. I just like to eat and then I'll talk after. So now he has to just sit there looking stupid. The Golden Lord is just looking crazy right now. You look like you just paid for a woman to come here who is not really interested in you at all, okay? Sis is not even trying to pretend like she's actually interested in you. She's honestly playing you dust, and you just sit there like a stepchild while she, chews her food and doesn't make any facial expressions. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. He says it's not going to be like this. She's only like this because she just got here. It won't be like this in a month. It won't be like this in 2 months. I said, are you sure about that, Golden Lord? Are you sure about that? Because her and her sister seem to just have stank-ass attitudes, if you ask me. All right, y'all. So then we get to Tanya and Sinjin. He's meeting the rest of her family, and he's wondering how he's going to fit into the Latin family and all of that. And it's just kind of like a regular family, like whatever. But he meets her grandmom and her siblings and, aunts, whatever. And the grandmother is like, I welcome you with open arms, but I don't play about my blood, just so you know. Her family is forcing the baby thing. She's about to be 29 or 30 or something like that. So she feels like, there's a clock inside of her ticking. We all know everybody's biological clock is ticking. But sis, you don't lose all of your eggs just because you turn 30. Calm down. But she's actually leaving, y'all. They discussed the fact that she's going to Costa Rica to learn about natural medicine. Okay, she wants to be the witch of the town. Okay, she want help y'all with the medicinals. All right, so she's leaving for a month to go to Costa Rica, and she's leaving Sinjin to stay in her mom's shed. Really? Everybody thinks that that's just a recipe for disaster with their relationship, that's not going to work out, because it's probably not. Really? You leaving him for an entire month? Y'all can barely keep it together when y'all are in each other's faces. Like, yeah, I don't see this working out. I just don't. But yeah, y'all, that was it. That was 90 Day Fiance. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Hope y'all enjoyed. See y'all in the next one.